You know who else I think is an embarrassment to the country? The guy by the name of Stephen A. Smith. Now, I don't like Stephen A. Smith. I don't think he's funny. I don't think he's talented. I think he's just a loudmouth. I have a Vegas story that I want to share for you before I play this pathetic Stephen A. Smith audio, because I don't know why anybody cares what this guy thinks about anything involving politics, foreign affairs, because he's very ignorant when it comes to politics. I'll show you what a jackass Stephen A. Smith is. Some friends of mine at a local affiliate radio station here, Stephen A. Smith was a guest. He was in town and he was a guest to be on one of these sports shows. I've confirmed this story with 3 people who were there that day. So Stephen A. Smith shows up, and at most radio stations, there's a secretary there. So Stephen A. Smith shows up. Young girl who's the secretary at the time, probably in her early 20s. She has no idea who Stephen A. Smith is, so who cares, right? So he gives his name. She calls the appropriate producer and says, Stephen Smith is here. And Stephen A. Smith has a fit and says, it's not Stephen Smith, it's Stephen A. Smith, as if anybody gives an F. And he made a whole scene. He shows up onto the show, and he was visibly angry and upset because the secretary at the radio station wouldn't call him Stephen A. Smith, called him Stephen Smith, this bozo clown. Why am I telling you guys this story? Because he has a huge ego, and he's a jerk. So Stephen A. Smith makes these appearances on Fox News, Sean Hannity, and I don't know what he adds to any conversation. He's completely ignorant to policy. He says things that are completely untrue, and he's an embarrassment when he talks about politics. I could argue at times he's an embarrassment when he talks about sports too, but certainly when he talks about politics. So Stephen A. Smith joined Sean Hannity yesterday and says he's about to break some huge news to the Sean Hannity fans in talking about Gavin Newsom's run possibly for president of the United States. Listen to this.
Every day, he won't win.
Sean, I've never told you this, but I'm about to tell you something. I'm about to break some news on your show right now. Do you know what's going to be the biggest impediment to Gavin Newsom winning a presidential race?
What?
You. Because he came on your show to debate with Ron DeSantis. So here you are as an individual who gave him the platform to express his ideas, his vision, his ideology, etc., to defend his record, to debunk or refute naysayers about his record. You gave him that platform. So because you gave him that platform, you're the one person he's not going to be able to escape if he's the one that's running.
So first of all, let me just explain something to Stephen Smith. I think I'm just going to call him Stephen Smith from here on out. You're not breaking news by sharing an opinion, you dope. You have to be really stupid, by the way, to say that, hey, I got some breaking news. I don't like Donald Trump. You'd say, Brian, that's not breaking news. First of all, we already knew that you don't like him, and that's not a report. That's not a news story. Or you could say, hey, I've got breaking news. You know, Donald Trump just admitted to committing a felony. Okay, that would be breaking news, right? So breaking news is not sharing an opinion, which is a ridiculous opinion, by the way, in my eyes, that Stephen A. Smith thinks that that Sean Hannity is going to be the reason why the governor of California is going to struggle in his run for office as president. I mean, it's just so stupid. I don't know why anybody cares what Stephen A. Smith has to say about politics. He's an ignoramus. He knows nothing about any topic that is brought up on Sean Hannity's show. He doesn't know anything about foreign policy. And yet he said, well, maybe I'll run for president. And like there are some people that actually believed it. He's a very stupid person when it comes to politics. He has a huge ego. I think he's a jerk. And I'm not a big defender either of LeBron James or Bronny James. I'm not a big LeBron James fan. He's a great basketball player. And I didn't like the fact that his son is on the LA Lakers, clearly not deserving of which. He's not good enough. There's no basketball mind that would say that he is. But some of Stephen A. Smith's comments about LeBron James as a father and some of Stephen A. Smith's comments about his son were despicable. I don't think Stephen A. Smith is a good person. I think he's a blowhard, egomaniac jerk who yells a lot, and people, I guess, are drawn to that. But just a little News 101 for the ill-informed and uneducated Stephen A. Smith. Breaking news is not sharing an opinion. You buffoon, you.